After a long time, so we are going to discuss about, now we are going to start our new chapter, that is the India, about the India. Okay. So before starting the chapter, I just want to tell that all of you be prepared with your books, okay, your textbook and your exercise book. Okay. So first of all, now this will be session 1. So we will go according to the chapter wise, according to the time limit in the session wise. Okay, suppose session 1, session 2 like this. Now here in session 1, for this for your class, now we are going to discuss about India. So now this chapter will be, I think, chapter number 3. As the first chapter already we have discussed the changes of the earth in our class before the lockdown, and chapter 2, this chapter 2 it will be discussed by your Aditya sir. Clear? Now we will discuss here chapter 3, that is what? India. Okay, fine. India. So all you know about India, isn't it? Now, first of all, before going into the depth of the chapter, we should know about India. That means our motherland, isn't it? So, now just think about India is a country of full diversity. Now we are one of the, part and parcel of this unique, diverse land, isn't it? So, now first of all, the location of India. So all you know where it lies? Yes. So it lies in the Asia. Is it in Asia? No. It lies to the south of Asia. That means it's in South Asia according to its location. Isn't it? Now, so location and its includes the size, latitudinal and longitudinal extension. So now here I just want to use the map of India. I just want to show you all. This is okay, fine. So there is no any clip to hang the map. So just I am using my hand also. So now you just say this India. This is our India. Yes, all you know. Now, the entire India, it lies to the north of the country. Okay. Now, the bordering areas of India, it includes to the extreme north. You can say that is the Afghanistan side. This China, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan. All these are our neighboring foreign countries. Okay. Now this whole of our India has been divided into many different physiographic divisions. So before starting this physiographic divisions, going into the depth, I just want to say you can do one thing. You just note it down in your exercise notebook. Okay. Some of the very important points which I am going to discuss now. So this India is a subcontinent. It's not a country, but it is known as the subcontinent. Why? Because due to its, the very large land mass. It is quite bigger than a country, but lesser than a continent. So India is known as what? Subcontinent. So here are some points. So according to your syllabus, according to the the things that are prescribed in the syllabus in the textbook, some very important points we are going to discuss here. So first of all, you just note it down some of the very important points which I am going to give you. So first of all, it's the size and the location. Size and location. Okay. of now India. As I already told you, India is quite bigger than a country but lesser than a continent. So India is known as the subcontinent. Now you just take some points. Write number 1 point. India is one of the ancient civilizations in the world. Point number 1. Now point number 2. India is a vast country lying entirely in the northern hemisphere. As I already told you that India is located in the northern hemisphere. Twice located in this northern hemisphere. Though this part of India, in our next session we will discuss that it's a part of this triangular part is a part of the Gondwana land. Now I think in our first chapters we have already discussed about the Angara land and the Gondwana land, isn't it? Do you remember that? Anyways, we will discuss once again. Now this Gondwana land, about the Gondwana land and about the Angara land, first of all we have to know now what is it that, then before that we have to know about the Pangaea. Now what is Pangaea, isn't it? So we will discuss in our next session about the Pangaea, about the Angara land, Gondwana land, what is the relation between this Gondwana land and this triangular part of the India. In our next session we will discuss all things. Now first of all you take some of the very important points. So next you see the mainland extends the latitudes. Note it down. The mainland extends its latitudes. That means what? Latitudinal and longitudinal extension we are going to discuss. It is 8° 4' north. Is it? 8° 4' north and 37° 6' north latitudes. So 8° 4' north and 37° 6' north latitudes. So I think it need not to be discussed about what is latitude and what is longitude. In your lower classes you have I think discussed, you know all these things, latitude and longitude. So this is the 8° 4' north and 37.6° north latitude. North. This is the latitudinal extension of India. Fine. So next is what? 68° 7 east and 97° 25' east longitude. So this is the longitudinal extension of India. It is what? 68° 7' east and 97° 25' east longitude. So these are the latitudinal and longitudinal extension of India. So all of you just note it in your copies. So next point is what? Just all of you write down some of the very important points in your copies. So next is what? The Tropic of Cancer. Now what is Tropic of Cancer? Yes. Tropic of Cancer is that imaginary line which divides the entire earth into two equal halves. Is it clear? No. It is what? The equator. That's why I am asking. The equator passes through the middle of the entire earth and divide it into two equal halves. That means 0° latitude. Is it clear? Now Tropic of Cancer. So to the extreme north lies the Tropic of Cancer and to the extreme south of the equator it lies the Tropic of Capricorn. So here is a very important point. The Tropic of Cancer, that is 23° 30' north, divides the entire country in almost two equal parts. So what is that? So it is 23° 3' north So this is what the Tropic of Cancer. It passes through the middle of the country and divided the entire Indian subcontinent into two equal halves. Okay. So next point you just noted in your copies that to the southern and to the southeast and the southwest of the mainland in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea respectively. So here we will again see in our map. This is what. To the extreme you see north, south, east and west. So to the extreme you see the northern west. Now you see northeast, you can see that this Bay of Bengal. To the extremely western part of the country it lies the Arabian Sea. Okay. So next in the downward, it means to the extremely south it lies the Indian Ocean. Now this is what Sri Lanka. In between this is what the Sri Lanka, and the strait which divides this and the passes the Indian mainland to the Sri Lanka, it is known as Bab Strait. Okay. So this is what the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and all these are now these are the some kind of the coastline from this extreme Gujarat area to this extreme south lies between the what West Bengal to West Bengal. These are the coastline area, and entire this entire area is surrounded by rivers and oceans, seas. Now these are the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, and this what Indian Ocean. And to the extreme north of the India, it is completely what surrounded by the Himalayan mountainous system. So now these are somewhat some kind of the geographic divisions of India. So note that Indira Point, just all of you write down in your copy. Indira Point, the southernmost point of the Indian Ocean, got submerged under the seawater in 2004 during the occurrence of tsunami. So the extremely southernmost point of India is known as what? Indira Point, which was submerged in the sea during the 2004 tsunami. Okay, fine. So next point, just write down all of you in point wise. Suppose like this, point number 1, point number 2, again point number 3, like this. You just all of you note it in your copies. Point number 1. The total landmass of India has an area of about 3.28 million square kilometer. Okay, the total landmass of India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. All of you write down in your copies. This what? 3.28 million square kilometer. So this is the total area of India. You see, such a vast country, isn't it? And it comprises of 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So this is the total what? 3.28 million square kilometer. This is the total area of India, and the India comprises of 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. Such a huge country. Fine, got it? So I think all you have noted down. So shall I now? So how will you now reply, isn't it? So anyways, I'm just erasing all these things now. Okay, fine. Now we will proceed to some of our another points which again these are very important, and you just all of you note it down. Okay, now note it down in your copies. India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometer, and the total length of the coastline of the mainland including Andaman and the Nicobar and the Lakshadweep is 7,516.6 kilometers. So India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometers. Okay, fine. 15,200 kilometers. So 15,200 kilometers. 15,200 kilometers. Okay. So all of you just note it down, and the total length of the coastline including the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep is 7,516.6 kilometers. 7,000. Yes. 516.6. It is quite in kilometer. Don't be confused. These are not in meters. Okay, these are in kilometers. So we need not to transform, or we need not to convert into meters or somewhat else. Only the metric system we will use, that is only what? Kilometer. So this is the total area of the coastline of India. Coastline of India. Fine, got it? I think you have noted it. Okay, next. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Yes, it's very important, because you see, now the sun rise extreme to the east. Now we are living in the northeast of India, isn't it? So there is a difference of 2 hours, okay, between the northeast and the extremely west of India. Such as this is the northeast and the Gujarat. So here is the time lagging age of 2 hours. Yes, if suppose here time is, if suppose 2, then 2 p.m. and here it will be what? 12, like that, isn't it? So not exactly 12, some of the, so if the you know that some time lagging, so it is not suppose the difference is not supposed such much that, but the time lagging from the Gujarat and the northeast is what? 2 hours. Here the time along the standard meridian of India. So that's why we use the standard meridian. Okay. So that is what? 82 degree 30 minute east longitude. So passing through the Mirzapur in UP. Is taken as the standard time for the whole country. So that's why, because the time lagging is of 2 hours from east to the west, we take the time of the standard meridian time, that is what? 82 degree 30 minute east longitude, passing through the Mirzapur in West Bengal. So this is Bihar, this is Uttar Pradesh. Now this here, it is what? Here it passed, there is some kind of Mirzapur, here it is the UP, Uttar Pradesh, the passing through this UP in from Mirzapur. So this is what we take as the standard time of India, that means IST, the standard time of India. So what is the meridian is So this is the longitude, that 82 degree 30 minute is longitude, passes through the middle of the Mirzapur, that is in UP, and we take this as our standard time, standard meridian time. Okay, fine. Now I think again I will do one thing, you just all of you note it down. Again I am saying some point wise. The total land mass of India has an area of about 3.28 million square kilometer. Full stop. India's total area accounts for about 2.5 of the total geographical area of the world. Fine. Next point. India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometers. So don't be confused. This is the land boundary of India. This is the land boundary of India. Fine. Okay. And the total land of the coastline of the mainland, including Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep, is 7,516.6 kilometers. This is the coastline of India. Is it clear? Full stop. Number third point. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Hence, time along the standard meridian of India, that is 82 degree 30 minutes. Is it clear? So next we will discuss the physiographic divisions of India in our next session. So up to this much, I think all you have written, all you have noted down very clearly. Again I am saying number 3 point. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Reminding, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Not 1, not 2, not 1, not 3, not 4. Only of 2 hours. Okay. So meridian, the standard meridian of India, that is 82 degree 30 minutes east. We take this longitude as our standard meridian or the standard time for the whole of our country. Is it clear? So these are the size and the location of India. So I think all you have noted it down. So now the physiographic divisions of India, now we are going to discuss in our next session. Thank you.